how do I say this without, it's really hard to talk about Tesla because their fans are crazy. They get really mad and they don't leave me alone about it.
They get crazy.
That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be wait, what? Why? What are you gonna say?
For the amount of money they charge, their interiors are a little behind the time. I'm pretty sure they couldn't build and sell that in America. Furthermore, it's complete bullshit and fake and a fraud. I don't think that accepting reservations is an honest thing to do. Elon's a billionaire. Why do you need to give him a 0 interest loan? He quoted a bunch of power and torque figures that are basically made up. It looks absurd. Where's the Robo taxis, bro? Full self-driving is not right around the corner as they said it was. The problem with Tesla is Elon says some shit that then is impossible, and then they have to figure out how to do it later, and sometimes it doesn't work.
What? What's up, everybody? My next video, I'll go back to the knee of the curve format with the jokes. It'll be all about Mars. So if you're not subscribed, hit that. Make sure you don't miss it. Today, I want to talk about Matt Farah's recent interview on the Joe Rogan Experience. This is from a clip from JRE Clips. I'll link it in the description, and that's the chunk where they really just talk about Cybertruck and Tesla. If you don't know who Matt Farah is, he is a YouTuber, a podcaster, a car enthusiast. His YouTube channel, The Smoking Tire, has 931,000 subscribers. He's crushing it. In this interview, he didn't have anything nice to say about the Cybertruck and didn't have really much nice to say at all. And you know, Joe didn't argue with him at all. The clip is called Joe Rogan's Thoughts on Tesla's Cybertruck. Should be called Joe Rogan Talks to His Evil Twin Who Hates the Cybertruck. You know, the evil twins always have the goatee. I'm not saying this because of his opinions on Cybertruck and Tesla. I'm sure he's a very nice guy. He just literally looks like an older, eviler Joe Rogan. I wanted to talk about this interview because some of the issues he raised were legit and some were just wrong and others were poorly explained. So I just want to go through this and just see if we can get to the bottom of things. Just a quick disclaimer. I'm what you might call a Tesla fanboy, but that doesn't mean that I don't say anything critical about the company. I have a couple of videos that talk about the issues I've had with my Model 3. I just did a video about my service issues and a way that I made it better, so I'll link those in the description. And I felt firsthand the wrath, maybe wrath is a strong word, the extreme pickiness, the persnicketyness of Tesla fans. I've had people just not believe that I've had any issues with my trunk or that anyone has, ever. If you want to have a laugh, check out the comments section of my last Cybertruck video. I'll link it down below because there is a firestorm going on there from people that love the Cybertruck and hate the Cybertruck. And the rudest comments I've ever gotten are from regular truck owning people that were probably just really wanting a regular Tesla and they didn't get it and they're pissed. So maybe Matt's one of these guys, I don't know, because the people in the comments have raised a lot of the same issues that Matt did in this interview. So let's get right into it. Matt, what's your first issue?
I don't like it, and
How dare you?
He hates it. Okay, who cares? Everybody's got a different opinion about it. It's a crazy design. Fine.
That's not a real thing. I'm pretty sure they couldn't build and sell that in America. I just don't think that that will pass the tests that it needs to pass, like crash tests, pedestrian safety, stuff like that.
This is actually a pretty good point because not only is it going to need, you know, side mirrors and wiper blades and rear lights and, you know, brake lights and stuff. Crumple zones was a phrase that popped up in the comments section a lot on my video. Crumple zones are not just for driver safety, they're for pedestrian safety. This car is made of such hard materials, not sure how that's gonna go over when it comes to passing pedestrian safety tests. And I don't know if anybody knows that right now. So that's a great point. Then there's the issue of, is this really just a concept and it's going to change wildly before it actually starts to get produced. And when you go to configure it, turns out you've put your $100 down on something that looks completely different than it does right now. In this Wired article, Lee Walton says, yeah, people come forth with concepts all the time and they don't put a buy now button on their website, which is a totally valid point. So I think it's fair to say that if legally this can't show up in 2 years looking and feeling the same as it is and with the same sort of like indestructible specs, there may be a lot of upset people. There may be some people that take their $100 back. I think it would just depend on how drastic the changes were. So, point Matt, this one is valid. All right, Matt, what's your second issue?
I don't think that accepting reservations is an honest thing to do.
Why? Have you heard of Kickstarter, Indiegogo, all these crowdfunder places that you just give them your money?
Elon's a billionaire. Why do you need to give him a 0-interest loan for a truck that he hasn't demonstrated he could build yet?
Because Elon is selling me a vision of the future that I want. And if there was anybody else out there that was credibly putting forth a vision of the future and coming out with products along the lines of that vision, like Elon, I'd be giving them a 0-interest loan too. I think it's completely fine to have built a following and have come through for your fans and customers on the Model S, the Model X, the Model 3, and you have a track record. I mean, I put $1,000 down for my Model 3. I was happy to give them that money, and if they used it to put it in an interest accruing account and make some money off my $1,000, and that helps them succeed at this vision of the future that I'm investing in, then I am 100% happy to give them my money so that we can have that future. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. This idea that, oh my God, we're giving Elon a 0-interest loan. How does he deserve that? I think if you were to tell any Tesla fan about that, they'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he can go make money off my money. That's fine. Is it going to help me get what I want? Fine, let's do it.
Their business model is not like the regular car companies in that it is so dependent on this hype machine bringing in new investors, bringing in new reservation cash. When they go, here's this crazy total recall space truck, and all it's going to cost you people to buy into my space truck vision is $100 refundable, and you're not going to find out if that $100 gets you a truck for like 2.5 years. He's figured out creative ways to get the public to bankroll shit.
See, this to me doesn't seem like criticism. You're saying that Elon's figured out a new way to finance and create buzz and advertise without spending all the money for advertising. I mean, there's been a bunch of YouTube videos and articles written on how brilliant of a strategy this is by Tesla to create so much buzz and have people like me and YouTubers all over the world creating all the advertisement for them for free. And so far, they've come through on all their other projects. Things have been late, and that's okay. But we've got the cars, they're on the road, they're building now hundreds of thousands of cars.
Why do you think they made the Roadster $50,000 and the down payment for the truck only $100?
Because it's so they could go to a bank or a VC. You go, I've got 250,000 orders. I need $1 billion. That's why you would do that. Yeah.
Look at you, clever boy.
There's a lot of individual pieces that don't really add up.
Right.
Imagine the mortgage crisis in 2008. You took all these bad mortgages and you put them together and all of a sudden it's considered a good investment, right? So he smashed the fucking window on stage. He quoted a bunch of power and torque figures that are basically made up.
So, okay, if they created all this hype and they used our money and they sold us something that turns out to be drastically different from what we can eventually get, Depending on what that ends up being, I do think that they could engender some bad feelings from people. But so far, they've got a great track record. So I think that's why people are so willing to shell out that $100 and say, hey, I want to hold my place in line. This thing looks badass. I don't even know if this is going to be what I finally end up getting, but you know what? I trust Elon and I don't care. It could change and I'll still want it because I like the kind of vision that Elon has for this.
Like, where's the Roadster? That's supposed to come out this year. There's no way that truck's on the road next year.
The Model X was a year late. The Model 3 was late. They've done this before. And yeah, it sucks. And now we've got this sort of term Elon time. As annoying as that is, I think they're trying to turn over a new leaf. The Model Y looks like it's going to actually come out ahead of when they said it would. He says that they said it would come out in 2021, but that's wrong. He said 2022. And so, you know, if it's a little late, if it's 2023, sure. Will that suck? Yeah, sure. But is that like a reason to hate on the truck? Like, nah. It's sort of par for the course, and I mean, it's a new product. You might want to expect that, and that's okay. Yeah, if it was 2, 3, 5 years late, of course, that would be a huge blunder, and Tesla would take a lot of flack for that. But if it's 6 months, a year late, and we get the specs that he's told us about, and it looks similar, it's got the stainless steel and everything, then I think, you know, that's Elon living up to his end of the bargain.
Bro, 1 million Robo taxis by 2020. Where's the Robo taxis, bro? I mean, technically they have a year and a month left, but they have delivered 0 Robo taxis. That's a lot of Robo taxis.
Yeah,
they
1
gotta
million?
deliver.
This is the one where I just feel like he doesn't understand the strategy of what's happening. It sounds like Matt thinks that there's going to be this car called a Robo taxi that they're going to build and ship that is, hey, look, this is the Robo taxi. That's not how it works. I think anybody that follows Tesla knows that, but Matt's putting it forth like, where's all the Robo taxis, bro?
Where's the Robo taxis, bro?
It's in my garage. It's the Model 3, it's the Model S, it's the Model X. They're rolling off the lot as we speak. This 1 million Robo taxis is a term for all the cars that are capable of full self-driving. So once full self-driving is finished in software mode, they will be able to flip a switch and all those millions of cars on the road will become, if their owners want them to, robo-taxis. Either Matt doesn't understand this or it's just weird that he said that in the interview, and also weird that Joe didn't call him on that at all. We're just sort of left hanging with it. Yeah, where's all the robo-taxis?
Where's the Robo taxis, bro?
That's not how it works.
Full self-driving is not right around the corner as they said it was. Level 5 is not coming anytime soon. You're not going to be able to send your Tesla out to do errands for you without a driver in it anytime soon.
This one is understandable to be skeptical about. Level 5 self-autonomy, full self-driving. This is the dream that every car company and even non-car companies are trying to solve this problem right now. When this happens, it's going to be world shifting. It's going to change everything. Cities are going to completely change, but you've got to get it right, right? It's got to be better than a human. Whether or not they can make that happen with the cars that are on the road right now, that's like, Elon says, yes, I'm a believer, I trust him, but do I have some doubt? It's like, well, it does seem pretty hard. So there's a lot smarter people than me that have a lot of money riding on this idea that Tesla is in a good position to make this work. Kathy Wood from ARK Invest, she's all over the financial shows talking about they believe in this autonomous thesis. There was an investor call recently. I'm reading this article by The Verge. Tesla may grant certain customers early access to a feature-complete version of the company's full self-driving capability by the end of 2019. Elon Musk said in a call with investors Wednesday, this is in October, Musk said that this wasn't for sure, but he thinks Tesla is on track for the release. So in a recent call with investors. He says they're on track. We've got these new chips coming out that our older cars are going to be upgraded to the new chips. The hardware for driving the car around is all the same and up to the task of driving the car. So I think this is a very serious possibility. And I said in a video in the past that let's say they're 2 years late on this full self-driving thing. Let's say they're 2 years late. They've got so much more data coming in and being interpreted and teaching their AI, so much more data than every other company that's trying to do this, that even if Tesla is 2 years late on their promise, they're still going to be 5 years ahead of any other company. I personally give it a year or two longer, and I also say, who fucking cares? That would be great if they were just 2 years late with this. That would be amazing. Like, that's no reason to get all upset and be like,
Where's the Robo taxis, bro?
2 years late and you're still crushing it.
He did that dumb video with Tug-of-War, the F-150, that was completely fake. The F-150 was in two-wheel drive and he was towing it uphill. It's not a test of anything. It's a test of weight and tire grip. That's
Right.
it. My friend Jason Fensky at Engineering Explained did a whole video explaining, debunking this.
Yeah, Matt's right on this one. Yeah, that video was dumb. I don't know why they did that. That was debunked on a lot of channels. Linked the video Matt talks about Engineering Explained, did a complete breakdown on why that test was super pointless. So I'm not going to go into detail on that. I don't have the engineering background to do that. It's just one of those dumb tests that car companies do to say like, hey, look how dope our truck is. It's like almost like they had to do something like that. So I don't care. Finding out that that was debunked really was not relevant to me in the least. Like, it's not a reason for me to go, oh, what's going on with Tesla? The real issue that he should have raised that he didn't, who cares about the towing contest? What's the mileage when it's towing? What kind of mileage is the Cybertruck gonna give up when it starts towing those big loads? That's the comment that I got a ton of in my Cybertruck video. What kind of mileage is it gonna get when it's towing?
He was using an orange hammer, which is a dead blow hammer, not a sledgehammer. So that's a little disingenuous.
Dead blow?
Yeah, it's
What's that mean?
designed to not dent things.
It's not disingenuous. He used the same hammer on both cars, okay? He didn't pull out a different hammer for the Cybertruck. It was the same damn hammer, okay? It dented the shit out of the regular car door. It didn't dent the Cybertruck car door. That's just as much as you need to know. I don't think this is a stupid way to try and debunk that test. So, no.
He goes, the windows are bulletproof or whatever. And throws a fucking steel ball right through it.
No, he did not say the windows were bulletproof. He said the steel, the frame was bulletproof to a certain caliber of gun. He didn't say that the windows were bulletproof. They're not bulletproof. They're just extremely strong. He said, oh, the ball didn't go through. That's good. But yeah, like a 9mm or something won't pierce the car. That's great. I think what annoys me about this video is just the giddy glee that Matt has for the fails. Like the steel ball, he was just so happy that didn't work.
Oh shit, he did it again!
And really it just seems to relish in all the failure and tries to amplify anything that he sees as not living up to this perfect ideal. It's just so weird. It kind of sucks when you see somebody just making excuses for Tesla or, just loving everything they do no matter what. That's annoying, but it's also just as annoying to see somebody that for some reason is trying to hate on a company that's doing so much good in the world and so much good for consumers. Like, people love it. And so I just don't understand why there's people out there that are just hating on a company like Tesla. It's American made. It's helping the environment. It's reshaping the car industry, and it's eventually going to reshape the way we live our lives. I mean, imagine just being in the back seat of a car and taking a 6-hour road trip up to San Francisco and not having to pay attention, taking a nap, reading a book, playing some video games, being on VR. Just that's amazing. Imagine never having to park your car again. Imagine having a car that can go out and earn you money. I mean, these are things that Tesla is putting forth as possibilities in the very near future. And they're an American company. The amount of hate that they get, like, I get it when it comes from the oil industry and the entrenched car companies. Like, I get that, but like, why is this guy not enthusiastic about Tesla? Like, why? Who hurt you, Matt? Who hurt you so bad? Why are you so angry at Tesla? Now look, you raised some good points, and I gave you credit where credit is due, but you also misled people on some things and just got some things wrong. So that's my analysis of that Joe Rogan clip. I didn't watch the whole video. Did we find out if he's on DMT? Did we know? Let me know in the comments if you watched that clip and if you were also upset by it. But look, I did not want to make this video about just attacking the guy, because he did bring up some good points. I think a lot of people have their issues with the Cybertruck, so we all need to just, calm the F down and not act like this is let's try not to have a war in the comments section. It's fine if you do, it helps the algorithm. Yeah, have at it. I do videos on futurism and tech and stand-up and sometimes filmmaking and biohacking and shit like that. So I've got these patrons. I can't believe that there's people out there that see something nice in this channel and they want to help it grow. And these are those people. They're amazing. I thank each and every one of you. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Late.